Be to yourself. Stay to yourself. Trust nobody. Trust nobody.
I want to ask you, why do you think the younger generation moved away from the NYC sound?
Why do the younger generation moved away from the NYC sound? I don't know. There's a couple variables with that. Maybe if our generation was a little bit more adapting to the younger generation, it wouldn't be so much of a separation. Their separation was a bit of a rebellion also. You heard? Because they're a bunch of badasses. And we were a bunch of badasses also, but we weren't necessarily looking back to cater to the youth that was coming behind us. And now a lot of these old heads be mad at them or got it ain't like the old day. Oh, that ain't how. No, it's not. It's none of that. It's 2022. You heard? Adapt, get with it, or you're gonna get lost in the sauce looking like an old head booger. You heard? And I'm not with that. So I feel like the sounds changed because these kids started adapting to what they liked the most, the energy. And where the energy was going was to the south and to these different sounds and to the drill. And these kids is outside, and Chief Keef and them was young, and you dig, it just started to make sense. But wherever it came from, I'm not mad at it.
But y'all touched it early too, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, we were always
sound.
into different sounds. You always into different sounds. You know what I mean? That was how Dipset kind of got his universal name, because we mixed with everybody around the country when it came to the music. But this sound now is just delivered for New York. Like, they put a little bit of that drill, but now it's kind of expanding as you're seeing them starting to mix the drill with actual rap beats and stuff. It's I love it. New York needed a new sound to kind of get us off our feet. And with this sound that we have now, with the youngsters leading the way, we kind of getting our name back a little bit in these streets, on these radio waves. Like before, you wouldn't hear no music down south. Like maybe a Pop Smoke and all the way up Fat Joe, like whoever had the, but it's not too many. Now you start to hear that New York sound in these clubs down south, that drill sound in these clubs down south. You see it on the gram from, like, so you got to tip the hat to these youngsters. They figured out how to get us back in the game.
Can you tell these young artists, man, especially when it comes to the streets, because these little kids be wilding out here, it seems like.
10 times
So even making an investment in them, it's like, it's risky because you just don't know what can happen.
It is very risky. Hey, listen, I've come up different, so for me, preaching to them, it's a little bit, I want to give them the proper advice. I'm not here to try to change your life and make you, I'm just trying to give you a fair warning of things that could happen if you keep going in that direction. And if you want to do music, one of these things you're going to have to put there, because it's not going to add up. You either going to do the streets or you're going to do the music, because they never mix it. It never works. I've never seen nobody do that successfully, as we can see. So many examples in front of us, and it's just nasty. The violence that's going on in hip-hop is crazy. Like, when we were coming up, we were protected as artists. There's no protection for the artists anymore. We're straight targets, and I stand on what I said. Being a rapper is the most dangerous job in the world, as we can see so many deaths happen in these past 3 years. And I'm talking about not just any deaths. Some of the biggest artists that we've seen come out this game are getting gunned down due to the street violence and things like that. So, you know.
I remember when you said that everybody gave you flack, and I'm like, was Jim early, or was he just seeing it before everybody else? Or?
So I mean, not to be like that. Since I've said that comment, I would like somebody to actually count the deaths of rappers that that has happened since that comment, and you tell me if I hit it on the head or not. You know what I mean?
So I mean, I know you move differently. So is there a way to move differently? Because in New York, it's like I feel like in New York sometimes they want you to get either robbed or shot or put in jail, right? Because you can't carry a firearm, you're not allowed to, right? But the person that's trying to rob you, they don't care about that. But then if you carry a firearm, you get 3 years automatically. But the person that's trying to rob you or shoot you or gun you down, they don't care about that. So it puts you in an ill predicament.
Right.
So what do you tell those young artists how to move? You know, we were in a day where, you know, we could move a little differently. We weren't getting harassed. It wasn't as bad. Now it just seems like it's Wild Wild West, New York.
500 to the shooter. Let me stop. Now, as a way to move, you got to move tactical out here. I mean, and for those who don't have the proper finances to actually afford the proper security and move the way.
But most artists don't. They coming up. They don't have the money to pay a security guard or.
And so this is honestly what I tell. You dig? You want to be doing music, right? You're the artist, you're the rapper. These dudes around you gotta take you as the most important thing in this group, right? Something happens to you, nothing's ever gonna amount to nothing for them. Like, they're not gonna get to where they would like to go by using you as their vessel. So therefore, they have to hold you in high regard, the highest regard of all. So if there's something that you used to carry, they have to carry it for you. There was something that would happen, they would have to do it for you, and they have to react fast. You have to trust in them that they're gonna hold you up because they see the future and believe in you that you're gonna take them out of this threshold where they have to do these things for you now. You heard? And that's the illest thing I could tell them, because that was the way I had to move at a time. But you dig? Like, it's you gotta figure out how to move tactical in these situations. And yes, it's war. There's gonna be some casualties and some people not gonna make it. But the principle has to be protected at all times if you want to get any success in this situation. And that's what I tell them honestly. And
Absolutely.
you gotta figure it out from there. I'm not telling you stop doing what you're doing. I'm telling you to move a little bit smarter so give you better chances that you'll be successful at helping your dudes out and not having to do them same things anymore. Because you'll be having that money for the proper security. Everybody could be a little bit easy.
And it feels like